Well, Trix the alien and her team created a short comic that depicts one of the first episodes of the Ben 10 Chaquetrix series, as the space pod that carried the original Omnitrix crashes down in front of Ben and opens up, revealing the Chaquetrix. Now, this is as iconic as it gets, and the watch jumps out onto his hand and Ben tries to get it off because obviously the whole situation is pretty weird. However, we get this fated scene where he's toying with the watch. The core pops up, he selects an alien, and pushes down the Chaquetrix core. This is shot for shot perfectly matched to the original, but as we know, Ben doesn't turn into an alien. However, the Heat Blast girlie is summoned, and this is where the characterization and the interactions become real. Remember to like the video and subscribe to never miss a Galvan upload. So Ben looks around and sees that nothing actually happened and decides to get back to the main camp where Max and Gwen are, when bam, he bumps into someone. He looks up and realizes that it's Heat Blast, and he's scared out of his mind, and the Chaquetrix Heat Blast also starts screaming. This however does bring a question to my mind, where I must wonder if the spawns from the Chaquetrix are done behind the user of the watch. Like, once you select an alien and push down the core, do they automatically appear behind the user? If you're watching this, Trix, let us know. Ben screams at her and tells her that she's a monster, and she turns around, so clueless, asking where is the monster. Ben pauses in a stupid level of shock and makes it clear that Heat Blast is the monster, and she's on fire. She starts to run around because she's frightened of the fact, but Ben manages to calm her down by asking her how is she so prone to suggestion. She calms down after realizing that being on fire isn't a problem for her, but both characters start to ask the same question, wondering what is this fiery creature. Now, this take on the Heat Blast summon has piqued my interest. She is pretty much like a blank slate where she doesn't know anything that's going on, somewhat like how a child would be. Very impressionable and very open to being told certain things. Chaquetrix Heat Blast tells Ben that she doesn't remember what she is, and Ben reassures her that she's a superhero. Of course, she's excited, since Ben is excited. But she has no idea what a superhero is, and Ben breaks it down for her. He tells her that they are saviors who get famous for their heroic duty, and of course, she's ecstatic about it. Ben then tells her to chuck a fireball at those trees because hey, you're a cool fire girl, so why not? She pretty much does as she's told, as the Chaquetrix Heat Blast seems to have the same curiosity as Ben does about her power. And they light the forest on fire. The two try to put it out, but we all know he can't actually do that. And Ben remarks that they are both totally busted. This is a very short and sweet introduction to the characters and some of the basic principles of what the summons from the watch would actually be like. Based on the Heat Blast summon, we seem to see that they are blank and impressionable, and also very curious about their own power. Since this watch doesn't have the species learning function like the recalibrated watch and onwards, it makes sense for these aliens to have to grow and adapt a sense of identity as the story goes along. The potential is great for this one, and I would love to see the other aliens pop up. They're a lot less sure of themselves than they are in my very own what if for the Chaquetrix. This is a factor that I like. It creates an interesting dynamic, but we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. However, summon a new video into your feed by clicking any of these on your screen.